Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to what is going to be a crucial night of football as Arsenal take on Newcastle United in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. So this is going to be a massive opportunity for both sides, but for the football club Arsenal, it comes at a time when their squad is being pushed to the absolute limit. So as I told you before, my name is Abu Kalsin. I'll definitely be right about here on this channel a couple of times, giving you the latest of information. As you know, as I told you before, Kosi will be with us in possibly the next video. He will definitely be coming. He's still part of this channel, and I must say I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody who gets into the comment section and has something to say about what I'm always saying. Anyway, let's start with the headlines. Arsenal are dealing with a mounting injury crisis, particularly in their attacking options, So the latest blow being the young sensation Ethan Nwaneri, who has been one of the brightest sparks in recent days. He has been ruled out, So the 17-year-old picked up a muscular injury in the draw that was 2-2 against Brighton on Saturday. So it's a tough setback for a player who has started the last two games and shown incredible promise. And we know that Mikel Arteta said he was gutted for the teenager, who now faces several weeks on the sidelines. And I must say, unfortunately, the bad news does not stop there. The bad news does not end there. We know that Bukayo Saka, a cornerstone of this Arsenal side, remains out of action with a hamstring injury, and he's definitely not the best of positions to play, and his absence continues to be a significant blow given his ability to provide goals and also assists in the most critical moments. To compound matters, Raheem Sterling signed to make sure that he can add depth and also experience in the attack, is also sidelined with a knee injury, with a knee issue really. So this leaves Arsenal extremely short of forwards, of the forward options as Arsenal face Newcastle United that has a very solid defense. The defensive solidarity at the defensive solidarity at the football club Newcastle is definitely quite high, and also the firepower to hurt the football club Newcastle United is something that is we're going to be looking at. So the pressure is undoubtedly on, but as we've seen before, adversity can sometimes bring out the best of Mikel Arteta's team. That is something we need to understand. So now on to some positive news. Some positive news there is. Kai Havertz, who's definitely missed out on multiple occasions on a number of games, on Arsenal's last two games actually, due to illness, is expected to be part of the squad tonight. So his return could provide the attacking versatility that is definitely needed. The attacking versatility Arsenal so desperately need. Well, it remains to be seen as whether he will start or come off the bench. His presence alone will be a welcome boost for Mikel Arteta as he looks to navigate through the challenging circumstances, So defensively, Arsenal will be bowled by the return of Jurriën Timber, the Dutch defender who missed the Brighton game due to a suspension, and after accumulating 5 yellow cards in the Premier League. So Jurriën Timber has been a standout performer in recent days. This season has been playing quite well, and his return couldn't have come at a better time, So he adds defensive solidarity and also the ability to contribute to Arsenal's build-up play from the back. So in the midfield, the big question is whether Martin Odegaard will be fit enough to start. The football player Martin Odegaard missed much of last week due to illness, and also only made and actually he only made a substitute appearance against Brighton. And we know that Martin Odegaard's creativity, his vision, and also leadership are very critical for Arsenal, and especially in a game where they need to control ball possession and also find ways to break down a resilient Newcastle defense. So, ladies and gentlemen, one area where Arteta faces a selection headache is the left back. We know that Miles Lewis-Skelly, the talented young football player, has been making a case for more minutes with some impressive performances last month. So, will Mikel Arteta take a gamble on the youngster in such a high-stake game? That is a question that you need to possibly answer in the comment section. So, it's a possibility, especially given the shortage of fully fit options in the in that position. You know, it's a big possibility. So, how might Arsenal line up tonight? That's a thing. That's what I want to talk about. Let's break it down. So, the predicted starting 11 is expected to be a 4-3-3 as usual. Mikel Arteta doesn't always change his 4-3-3 formation. So, in goal, there is David Raya, who is set to continue as Arsenal's first choice goalkeeper, despite some rotation area in the season. We know that David Raya has firmly established himself as a reliable presence between the sticks, you know. So, in the defense, we expect Yurian Timber. Yurian Timber will likely slot in at the right back with the ever reliable William Saliba and also Gabriel Magalhaes forming the centre-back partnership, you know. So, on the left, we possibly will see Ricardo Calafiori who could get the nod, though it's not out of the question that Mikel Arteta opts for an alternative like Miles Lewis-Skelly if he wants to shake things up. So in the midfield, ladies and gentlemen, we know that Martin Odegaard is expected to return to the starting 11, you know, alongside Thomas Partey and the one and only £100 million priced Declan Rice. So this trio offers a perfect blend of creativity, defensive solidarity, and also box-to-box dynamism. Exactly what Arsenal will need to control the game and also to create massive and big opportunities in this game. So in the attack, I know that there will be Gabriel Martinelli and also Gabriel Jesus who are likely to feature alongside Leandro Trossard. And also with Bukayo Saka and Raheem Sterling unavailable, this front three will carry the absolute responsibility of breaking down Newcastle United's defense. And also we know that Leandro Trossard's versatility, Martinelli's pace, and Gabriel Jesus' work rate will be a very crucial thing if Arsenal are to take an advantage onto the second leg, you know. So, ladies and gentlemen, now let's set the stage tonight as the match definitely is going to be kicking off at 8 p.m. That will be the UK time, and we know that it might be later in other parts of the country, other parts of the world. But let's hope things keep on moving on quite well for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's possibly meet in another video. But before we go, I think we need to see exactly where these two football clubs are in which position in the Premier League. But before we even go there, I need to talk a little bit about who should Arsenal watch. You know, who is the player to watch. That will be Alexander Isak. He will be a big man to watch in this game, and Arsenal have to be very careful because he can be a big headache cause. Anyway, let's look at head-to-head statistics. We know that when you see when you see the head-to-head statistics, Arsenal hasn't performed quite bad in the last few games, against the football club, Newcastle United, and it's been brilliant. But we know that Arsenal lost in the Premier League 1-0, and before that we saw 4-1. Arsenal, that was a win on the 24th of February. And we also saw Newcastle United again win. That was 1-0. Then Arsenal won on the 7th of May 2023 with 2-0, and then followed by a draw. Then, ladies and gentlemen, again, I must say we could be looking at, let's look at the table. We need to look at the EPL table as it stands right about now. Though this is not a Premier League game, but we need to see how these two clubs are featuring. And here we go. So, at the Premier League table, we know that in the first place is Liverpool with 46 points, Arsenal with 40 points, and a difference of 6 points. Then Nottingham Forest, very many people wonder why Nottingham Forest is playing quite well. Same points with Arsenal, that's 40. And then Chelsea with 36. Then Newcastle United in the 5th position with 35 points. Ladies and gentlemen, Premier League table, Premier League title race is definitely on. A 6 points difference is not a big thing with Liverpool, so Arsenal can try and keep going and winning, hoping that Liverpool will lose on a few games. Then what else can we talk about? We can talk about the next few games for the football club Arsenal. Let's get on to this, and we know that Arsenal will be facing Newcastle. That's today. And we know Arsenal is going to be facing Manchester United next after this game. And this will be on the 12th of January. It will be a Sunday in the FA Cup 3rd round. And then Arsenal will have to play Tottenham Hotspur. That will be in the Premier League. And then Arsenal face Aston Villa in the Premier League. Those are very crucial matches for the football club Arsenal. Anyway, let's meet in another video. Thank you and goodbye for now, ladies and gentlemen.